Hello there! I'm Scotty, you're not, and we are now, this is now, From the Vault. This is 2007, I think, is when this aired. I can look quick. October 19th, 2007. That's when this aired. So, so we are firmly in From the Vault. We are looking at episode of iCarly, the classic with a double C, with a capital C on each end. Yes, that's becoming a thing. Episode known as iScream on Halloween. And no, not ice cream on Halloween. iScream on Halloween. So, yes, this well, it's in the episode, Carly, Sam, and Freddie decide they're gonna do a Halloween episode of iCarly live from a haunted apartment in their building, apartment 13B. If that sounds familiar, it's because they ripped it off from The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, down to having Estelle Harris in the episode. Yes. And I guess the only difference here is that instead of Mr. Mosby, we have Lubert, who is less caring, I guess. But anyway, yes. So, they're going to do... Well, first of all, we started the episode with Spencer saying he's going to carve a pumpkin with a scary face that he's afraid of. And so is Carly, apparently. And he is going to do that for Halloween before... Apparently he doesn't have... This is an important plot point. He didn't buy candy yet. Carly says that she, Sam, and Freddie are going to do some sort of Halloween episode, talk about Halloween stuff, whatever. They don't have a plan, and it's Halloween right then and there. But anyway, and she sees that she got some mail for Department 13B. But they don't know who lives there, so she's going to go down and talk to Lubert. And she goes out in the hallway and hears Freddie arguing with his mom over a costume that she made for him to wear. He comes out and it's a witch costume. So why does he come out? I thought about this. I'm like, why does he come out of the apartment? There's no reason for him to come out of the apartment. He didn't know Carly was standing there. You could say, he was going to go into Carly's apartment to talk to them, but I don't know. That she talks Freddie into going down and talking to Lubert to find out who lives in 13B. And when they get there, well, he starts yelling at Freddie because Freddie also has wart, like Lubert does, on his face, and saying it's not funny, it's not a costume, and blah blah blah. And I like how he's like, my mother made this costume. Well, your mother has sack. Yeah, and he tells them that apartment 13B is haunted. Nobody has lived in that apartment for a long time because it's haunted. Okay. They talk to to Estelle Harris. I wonder why she's here. And she can't hear them, apparently. They're talking to her, she doesn't say anything. She turns around and goes, oh, excuse me. And then Sam comes in. Or maybe I'm messing up the two things. Sam comes in and sees Freddie, looks him up and down and goes, too easy. Because they said that she was going to make fun of him. It was too easy. So they decide on their way back up they're going to do this webcast from apartment 13B. Don't you think, considering the source, you should do a little more research on that apartment? But no. Meanwhile, while they were down there, Sacco has sent up the pumpkin. I guess they're still out in the hallway talking when he does this, because otherwise, I guess the elevator's not in the lobby, which is weird. You have to go down a hallway, kind of like a hospital one, I guess. But anyway, and it's a giant ass pumpkin. It's a giant ass pumpkin. I don't know how he got it in there. Later, it's pushed, but all the guts is really taken out, so I don't know. Also, shouldn't be able to push that easily with guts taken out. But anyway. His little tool is not big enough, so he's got a chainsaw in an apartment building, but that's the least of our worries. So they gotta do their webcast, and there's nobody there. It's locked, which is the first hint. But while Carly and Freddy are contemplating going down and get Looper's keys, Sam, of course, breaks and enters into this apartment. They turn on the light, they get ready to record, and the light goes out. And then you hear a woman going, "Get out! Go away! Go away!" And they start screaming. We cut to Spencer, who's in this. He is the B plot, who is cutting his pumpkin with a chainsaw. Now this makes no sense because you can hear them screaming not only over his chainsaw, because you got to remember. So he's got a chainsaw. Poor neighbors, by the way. Mrs. Benson should be pounding on a door right now. Yeah, she really should. Because she doesn't know they went up to apartment 13th B. She thinks Freddy is in that apartment. So she should be pounding on the door because there is a chainsaw near her poor Fredward. But no, we don't even see Mrs. Benson. We just hear her yelling. Anyway, he stops because he can somehow hear them screaming over the chainsaw. And they are just as loud later in this episode, but we never hear it again. But what's inconceivable about this is that there's another floor above that has the studio and Carly's bedroom. So he's hearing them scream through another floor. He's not just hearing them scream over the chainsaw, but there's a whole entire floor in between him and the apartment they're in. I was assuming they were on the top floor. They have 2 levels to the apartment. Freddy's doesn't. Why? I don't get it. I don't know. It's not like he's here on the same floor. He's looking up. And this is where he gets a knock on the door, trick or treat. He forgot to buy candy, so he gives out a pouch of tuna, macaroni noodles, and ice cubes? Or is that later? Something. Eggs. A carton of eggs or something, I don't know. But yeah, they start hearing, "Go away," and things start falling on the floor, and they run into the closet, and there's a severed clown head. Meanwhile, they're not really catching anything, because at one point they're talking about stuff, and it's pointed at the wall, away from anything that's happening. Frey should be on that camera completely. But no. Weird stuff was happening. And then someone comes through the door, and it's like, "What are you guys doing here?" And like, "Who are you?" He goes, "I live here." And they're like, "What? We were told this place was haunted." "What? No, I live here with my mother." And that's when a woman comes down. She's confused. She doesn't know what's going on because she has never hearing aid on, we found out. But start asking questions. It's like, why was she saying go away? Oh, she was trying to kill a spider. Wait, what was scratching at our feet and knocked stuff down? Abigail, a little kitty cat. That is somehow able to climb everywhere. It's a little kitty cat. I don't know. But a severed clown head. It's a phone. Why isn't it plugged in? It was. Nobody called. Other than that, unlikely. Why was your mother going around screaming, "Die, die, die"? She's looking for her red hair dye, which they thought was blood. Which you can see in the dark. There's a bottle spilled over, but we're not supposed to see that, I guess. HD, am I right? But yes, and it's all a big misunderstanding. And then, wait, why did Lubert tell us that there was no one living here and it might be haunted? And Lubert pops up to go, "Because I'm a jerk," and then walks off. So in the B plot, the kids have gotten pissed off that they keep getting crappy stuff from Spencer. So they are going to attack him. He's hidden inside the giant jack-o'-lantern that he's made, which they don't seem to be able to see him in, even though it's giant and you can see him. His phone goes off. Why isn't it on vibrate? Why doesn't he answer it? He could just not answer it and put it on vibrate or silent, and he'd be fine. You know, he answers it and tells Sako he's not able to talk, and they find out he's in the pumpkin. They roll him into the elevator, roll him down, and Slubert is eating his steak. And he eats his steak. He got downstairs pretty quick, though. He eats his steak by stabbing it and eating it, instead of using a knife like this. No, he stabs it with a fork and like, yeah. He's like, hey, what are you kids doing? There's a guy in this pumpkin. We're going to roll it into the ocean. I'm not sure there's any oceans near Seattle, but okay. He's like, happy Hanukkah. He goes back to eating his steak in a weird way. And then they roll it into traffic, and it gets hit, and Lubert comes back, or Spencer comes back covered in pumpkin guts. And then we end the iCarly. We have Cash back in the iCarly home, and the final word, Spencer walks in, he's, never forget to buy candy. Yeah. So. Yeah. So yeah, that is an issue. Like, there's a whole other floor in between. How can Spencer hear them, especially over a chainsaw? But also, they were just able to walk away from... They broke into someone's house. Now, all of the explanation is there, especially when they say Lubert told them it was haunted. So it's not really their fault. But, I don't know. If I'm that dude walking in and see 3 kids in my apartment... I don't know. We never see these characters again, by the way. I don't know. But, like I said, it is sort of a ripoff of the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody Halloween episode, which also featured Estelle Harris and Miriam. But I don't know. It's a bit different. As that episode confirmed that the ghost was real at the end, where this one is just debunked everything. We can't, confirm that stuff. No. But yeah. Karnak, magnificent, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, yeah, that's it. I like this episode, man. I watch this. I try to watch it every year around Halloween times. It's one of the ones that I like to put on. Yeah. And I wanted to talk about it this year, that's why. It's a breaking and entering. Oh yeah, one question, if I was the guy that lived there, I walked in. Wait, the door was locked. How did you get in here? Mom, did you let them in? No. How did you get in here? Sam's like, that's a felony. Breaking and entering, that's a felony. Hello. But no, it's fine. Especially since we don't see them again. I think they moved out. Like, we're getting out of here. Those kids are crazy. Crazy. You're crazy. Crazy. That would be... There's an episode called... I saved the heat wave or something like that. I don't know. And where there's other neighbors that come in. And them showing up as neighbors coming in would be a good thing. But no, you got the Pee-wee Babies guy showing up. He's the big Griffin. He's the one that... Yeah. Is he Griffin on here, or is that on Hannah Montana? Because he's also on there. No, he's Jesse on Hannah Montana. That's right. It's Griffin here. Yeah. From I Did a Bad Boy. And, yeah. But yeah, so what are your thoughts on this episode? Let me know so much you like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.